morning, everybody, and welcome to the Going On Daily Live Morning Show. Let's wake up. There we go. It's going to be a good day here in New York. It's a little cold, but I see over my co-host's shoulder, she is ready for the holidays. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning. It is also cold here. Only -8, which isn't the worst. -8 for you guys is, hold on, let me switch it to Fahrenheit, is 16 degrees. So that's not too
Oh my
bad.
God.
That's not
No,
bad. That's like a normal. I guarantee my kid doesn't have a coat still for school.
well, of course not. They're teenagers. That's what they do. They
Right.
don't get
They
cold.
don't feel cold. That's right.
We were having a little conversation before,
Mhm.
we went live about you not getting up early in the morning. You know, you get to sleep in a little bit. If
Mhm.
it were that cold, I don't think I'd ever get out of bed.
Yes, I remember the days of, excuse me, going to work, prior to getting sick, having to get up and get in your cold car and drive to the city, which is like 20-ish minutes,
Yeah.
25 with traffic. Luckily, the last place I worked had underground parking, but like the other places, scraping off my car and plugging it in, and it's not fun. I hated it.
I take it it's not an excuse when everybody has to deal with it every, winter that it's
If there's been an especially bad snowstorm or like an ice storm, like it rained the other night,
yeah.
so then the next morning everyone woke up and it was pretty icy.
Uh,
Something like that may be an excuse, like, "Hey, it's a little icy," and then they'd be like, "Okay, come at 10," like after it's not rush hour kind of thing. Yeah, no, there's no snow days here.
wow. I
Every day
can't
is a
wait
snow day.
because I'm planning on moving a little more to the south so I could
Okay.
even get away from any hint of snow and ice.
South of what? America or New York?
No, not either. South, North Carolina, South
Yeah, yeah.
Carolina, that kind of
Okay.
area.
Well, then it'll be perfect when I come visit my family. I will come visit you.
Absolutely. Visit extended. Well, like I said, we're the Going On Daily Live Morning Show, and you can check
Mhm.
us out on your social medias. First, I'm sure you're watching. Let me guess. Facebook. I'm gonna go with Facebook. And there we go. It says Facebook at RI Broadcasting. Or maybe, hold on, I'm getting Twitch. It could
Ah,
be Twitch.
no.
Oh, Ron, see? No, Ron put up YouTube. Okay. Twitch uh, TV at RI underscore broadcasting. And then there's YouTube. You can put it back. I messed up. YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. And
Right.
Ron, didn't you put up TikTok last time?
Mhm.
Let's see if he has anything for that. There
I
we go.
always forget
TikTok
about
at
this.
RI Broadcasting. And
I
as
need to
always,
just
if
follow
you want to
people on
support the show, you can like, subscribe, share. You can do all that fun stuff, pardon me. But join our Patreon at RI Broadcasting and go to the merch section. Holidays are here. Stocking stuffers are needed. We got your stickers, we got your mugs, we
Mhm,
got your
mhm,
pens, all that stuff where people will go, hey, what? You know what? A good idea. We were just talking about going to the office.
mhm.
If you could buy a bunch of pens from our show and just hand them out to people at the office,
Why not?
everybody needs pens, right?
Everybody needs pens and mugs at an office.
That's
You need
right.
both. You need both.
So not only can we entertain you and entertain your mind, but we can help you out by, I
Mhm.
don't know what to give Sheila in accounting. Give her a pen, give her a mug.
Sheila in accounting.
There's
Ah, that's funny. I like it.
got to be somebody out there who went, how did he know there's a Sheila in accounting? But we know.
Exactly. Because there's always a
Uh,
Sheila in accounting.
Thank you, Ron. As he's putting up information, if you're watching, uh, for me, it's my other podcast, the Circling the Drain podcast, and on Becky, you can see all of her social media because she put up her link tree, which I
That's
love.
right. Yep, that's right.
So feel free to reach out to us separately, together, whatever you want.
That's true.
It's
You don't just have to listen to morning shows. You can listen to Circling the Drain podcast or Two Girls Without Cancer. We changed the name. Two Girls Without Cancer podcast. So I mean, feel free to check us out on either of those.
But today is Tuesday, December 10th. We're going to hit the news. And when I saw the rundown for today's show, the first story is yours, Becky. And all I saw was "Hawk to a girl in hot water. I'm interested. Go."
So you all remember Huck to a Girl,
Mm.
Haley Welch. What a ridiculous claim to fame that was.
Yes.
Like, if you don't know who she is, just type in Hawk like the bird to a Tuah. You'll see why it's so stupid. Like, I'm sure her dad is super proud of her. Anyways, so Haley Welch, she's just a kid too. She's like 22 or something,
Yeah.
23. She's just a baby. She's trying to ride the train, the fame train,
Can't
right?
blame her.
Sh Yeah. I mean, I understand being famous for something admirable, talented, you're a singer, you're an athlete, you're whatever, for talking about spitting on whatever. I don't know if that is, but anyway, so just recently she got in some seriously hot water. And I will say, I don't quite understand all of this because it has to do with cryptocurrency, and I don't understand cryptocurrency. Okay. Ron,
Wait,
she's
wait.
trying to
You,
ride
you,
something. Get out of here.
you don't understand a currency that you can't see, can't hold, and just someone out of nowhere tells you, "Oh yeah, that's what it's worth." Come
Yes,
on.
it's confusing. Anyway. So, anyways, let's find it here. So, she recently took a major step in monetizing her reach by introducing her own type of cryptocurrency called and it's a dollar sign Hawk coin. So it looks like shock because it looks like an S, but the Hawk coin, a blockchain project modeled on Bitcoin. So it's not even Bitcoin, it's her own cryptocurrency, which again, like
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. So she launched the Hot Coin on December 4th. So just a couple days ago. The
Mm-hmm.
launch was highly publicized and it was exciting, I guess, for the people who followed her. They wanted it.
Oh God.
The coin's journey quickly turned turbulent. Its value skyrocketed by over 900% shortly after the launch,
What?
then plunged, yeah, and then plunged 90% within hours. Hours. A lot of investors are reporting significant financial losses. So it says that the blockchain analysis revealed 96% of the tokens were held by just 10 wallets, sparking accusations of a classic pump and dump scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like, again, I don't really understand. It sounds like 10 different people or companies or whoever hoarded it all to make that stock go up, and then they sold it or something right away, so
Right.
everything just dropped majorly. It says in one example, a wallet purchased 17.5% of the token supply for 4,195 wrapped Solana. I don't know what that means.
Mm.
Approximately $993,000, so $1 million. Sold it less than 2 hours later for a $1.3 million profit.
Wow.
So bought for 9 something, sold for 2. Okay. So it says that the patterns led to widespread suspicion of manipulated value increase aimed at attracting retail investors only to have insiders cash out at a profit. Welch, of course, who knows nothing of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Poor girl just wanted to put her name on a fake piece of money or a
Sure.
real piece of money or a whatever you want to call it. It says that her and her team have denied any involvement in the fraudulent activity, but affected investors have labeled the scheme as outright deception. It says that there is a law firm called Berwick Law. It's announced its intention to represent the investors in a potential legal action.
Oh my God.
Crazy, 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 crazy. So there are other videos that I watched, other articles that I read that said that they are calling for her to go to jail. And one guy, he is a financial investor. He said it doesn't matter if she claims that she didn't know, she is liable and it will be her ass in jail.
I I'm sure somebody just
Insanity.
came to her and just said, "Hey, you want
Yeah,
to
you wanna
make
put
some
your face
money? We're
on.
going to put your face
Yeah.
on a coin." And she just went,
Mhm.
"Okay, sounds good to me." And for
Yep.
doing that, she may actually go to jail. Let's put it this way: if you've ever heard her talk, she is not a criminal mastermind.
No. No, she's not, yeah, she's not, like, super smart, she's not super well spoken, she's not
No,
super educated, and whatever, it is what it is, like, no judgment for that.
no.
She probably was told by her team, "Yeah, let's make this cryptocurrency, people are gonna go crazy for it. Okay, perfect, I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire."
Oh my
2
God.
hours it took. 2 hours it took for this to all come crashing down, saying critics and former supporters accuse her of abusing her popularity to profit financially from her community. Is that crazy? I actually feel for the girl. I
I
really do.
do. Obviously her 15 minutes may be coming to an end if she goes to jail. Makes
Yeah.
the rise and the fall. Let's
Then
complete
does her
everything. But
currency become a lot more popular because now she's in jail over it? I feel like that's one of those things that make it popular. It says that investors, including single parents, students, and everyday workers, have posted desperate comments under her social media post asking for support or transparency. I mean, like, I was a single parent for a lot of years. You're a single parent. I wouldn't be wasting my money on to a cryptocurrency. That's for sure. We just want to get
well, right now,
sometimes.
a single Bitcoin, which I don't know anybody who has an entire coin. By the way, Ron, no, don't start the Rhode Island Broadcasting coin.
Yeah,
No,
no,
at
no.
least don't put our names on it. Yeah,
Hmm.
we can be clear. Uh,
Sorry, put
but
your own name on it, Ron.
one single Bitcoin is worth about $100,000, and
Really?
right now. And then people started with their own designer coins. There's the Doge coin and other ones, and people felt left out. Oh my God, I could have made so much money and bought them, for like pennies on the share. And they didn't want to miss an opportunity, even if it was the Hawk coin.
That's the last
So,
coin I would buy, let's be honest.
really, but apparently, no one was interested in that. Why her? Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've got a 2-minute video. I wonder if I can play just the sound, if that would be okay, because it kinda breaks it down a little bit better. I'm
Okay,
gonna do
let's
it
see.
anyway. Hold on, I just gotta start it over, turn up the sound.
Looks like the to a girl
Can you hear it?
might be going to jail. You don't know who she is. Haley went mega viral at the beginning of the year for talking about giving a BJ. And she took advantage of this opportunity by creating a podcast called Tua Talks,
Tua
which Mark
Talks.
Cuban just recently went on. And then just recently, Haley launches Hotcoin, a meme coin that I think is going to end up being the end of her. So here's what happened. She starts promoting it because she's an influencer. It launches and it skyrockets. It goes up 900% with a $500 million market cap. And then within an hour, the entire thing falls out. And then all the retail investors lose all their money. And then all the allegations start flying about insider trading. As this started happening, her team went into cleanup mode and started putting out there that they are not selling their coins. But you can't hide things on the blockchain. And it started coming out that the team was dumping. And now today, you have investors filing complaints with the SEC, and you already have a class action suit forming. So what do I think is going to happen? As somebody who owns an investment firm and has a following online, do I think she did this on purpose? No. I think she's young, immature, and inexperienced and didn't realize what she was doing. And I guess you can add got bad guidance. But here's what I know about the SEC. They don't care.
They don't
You can
care.
tell them that you just didn't know and they will hold zero weight to it. And so because one, they don't like crypto. And two, they don't like influencers marketing it. And three, it looks like she did things you very clearly can't do. I think she ends up doing jail time for this. Looks like
Isn't that crazy? I feel
Well,
for
she did.
her.
I didn't know
I
that
feel for
she
her.
promoted it for that.
Well,
I
of
guess
course
she,
you would.
Hawk Tua blew it. Sorry, I had to say it.
Just stick to the one thing you're good at, and that's spitting on that thing, okay?
Well, what's
Um,
weird is how many celebrities have actually gravitated to her. Like she gets celebrities on her
Mark
podcast.
Cuban on her podcast?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Mark Cuban is famous enough. He doesn't need all that, but what do I know?
I think they just like her because she's just, down home, and I mean, she seems very nice. I would hate to see this is how she goes down.
Because
No, it wasn't
goes
like all
down.
this excess brought her down. It was just stupidity.
I mean, I think they think there's a chance that there's a fellatio at the end of it. So,
Yeah, well, there
okay.
we go. Well, if that were, say, her hobby, I got another hobby for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this we're going to Japan,
Oh, fun.
and there was a man, a 37-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested on trespassing charge. He's just walking
Oh,
on somebody's property, and so the couple inside. They call the police. They'd seen him there before, but this time they just decided this is getting ridiculous. We're going to call the cops. Cops bring him in. They throw him in. They interrogate him. He was nice enough about it. He just said, so why are you trespassing on their land? He just says, this is my hobby. I'm a serial trespasser. I like to go on
okay.
people's land.
Yeah. All right.
It gives me a rush. I'm not going to go in their house or anything. I'm not going to take anything, but I just like to do this. And they said, well, sir, how long have you been doing this? For years.
Aw.
And how many lands? How many times do you think you've trespassed? Oh, it's in the thousands now. And what do you call it? Let's see. I'm looking for. I never get permission because I get a nerve-wracking feeling of what happens if they're going to call the cops on me, and it lowers my stress. So he gets stressed to
Rush
lower his
gives him
stress.
less stress. Isn't
Yeah.
that like jacking cortisol through the roof? Okay,
It's
weird.
sort of like the hot tour thing. It's going up, it's up, it's up. Okay, now I'm de-stressed by doing the
Plateaued.
same thing.
That's right. Weird.
It makes my palms sweat. It gives me a throbbing headache, and that helps to relieve my stress. I what? Now, I mean, it's harmless. If you saw somebody though standing, a single man, just standing outside your house, doing nothing,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
standing there, what would you do?
I would watch him out the window and probably call the cops because it's creepy. What are
It
you
is.
doing
It's
there? Yeah.
creepy. And I don't, but he says he finds it thrilling, exhilarating. It's for his
So,
own personal enjoyment. How do you find this out?
is he peeping? Is he a peeping
No.
Tom as well? He just stands. He's just on land and standing.
On the land, he said he would never go near the
Uh-huh.
house.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess he's doing something illegal, but like it doesn't really feel illegal. Like he's just standing on someone's land. I don't know.
It just seems the strangest way. And how do you find this out? How one day are you taking a walk and you just go, it's somebody else's land. I'm
I'm
going to
just gonna
stand
stand
there.
on
Oh
it.
my God, I've never felt so alive in my entire
It's like orgasmic standing on someone's land. I guess you
life.
keep coming back.
See, now that would be a problem if he were standing on trespassing on someone's land
That's
and then
right.
had an orgasm there. Then
For sure.
perhaps,
Indecent exposure, voyeurism, or exhibitionism, or whatever.
I just found it interesting because
Mm.
this is now illegal. It's a problem for him. They're telling him you can't do this anymore because they're going to let him go.
Yes.
But if he does it again, they're going to bring him in again.
But here's the thing. He says the rush of getting caught is what makes his stress go down. So now that he's been in trouble for it, he's going to continue to do this because now the danger is very real. This is a very real threat.
I wonder if being in interrogation, if he got the same
Excites him.
stress rush, and now
Right.
his new addiction will be, I need to get arrested more.
Exactly. Wow. It's weird. It's a very wholesome misdemeanor, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just more the fact that it's creepy. If you look outside your window and there's a guy just standing there, that's like what horror movies are made of. Okay, that's like Michael Myers just appearing on your lawn.
Oh God, yeah. You know what? I like to stand there and I like to wear a hockey mask, a goalie
Yeah,
mask, and
right.
just watch
Just
over
a
you.
balaclava. I'm not a murderer. It's just cold outside.
Yeah, I don't think they would have that. I mean, what did you say? 16
They,
degrees? I don't think I'd be standing out in anybody's yard, including my own, in 16 degrees.
it's not even that cold. You'll be fine.
He should wear a clown suit. I think he's
Oh,
definitely going to get arrested if
did
he does a
did
clown
you
suit.
guys have that? We had that for a while here around 2016, 2017 maybe, where people were dressing up like clowns and wandering around everywhere.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was like, is that when It came out? Maybe the first one? I don't remember when that came out, but it was super duper creepy. And I remember my kid being young. Like, let's see, we moved to this town when my kids were in grade 3 and grade 1. So
Mhm.
prior to that, there was an announcement on their schools the intercom saying,
Right.
just be careful of people dressed up like clowns. But I remember my kid coming home and saying, there's a killer clown. There's killer clowns. They said it on yeah, 2017 it came out. So yeah, it was then. People were just dressing up and wandering around town like clowns.
As like Bozo the Clown,
Just
or
any clown,
Pennywise.
any of the above. I'll try and find some articles on it
Oh
and
my
send it to
God.
you. But yeah, it was creepy. It wasn't even just in my town. It was kind of like all over.
That would freak me the hell out. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Would Ronald McDonald, would that scare you?
Yes. Anyone dressed up like that outside of the confines of McDonald's. Yes.
I'm
It
trying
was
to think,
awful.
because when I was a kid, I went to the circus and
Mhm.
it never bothered me, but apparently that's a big thing, is being afraid of clowns.
I'm not, like, afraid to be around them by any means. If one showed up in, like, I don't know, my dreams or, like, my bedroom, I would be it would be pretty creepy.
Or
Yeah, I'll
standing
find
outside, on your lawn in 16 degrees dressed like a clown.
exactly, that is, like, instantly you're gonna call the police for sure.
Ron just keeps putting up clowns he wants to see. Killer clowns from outer
I know
space.
that's chakra. Killer
So,
clowns from outer space. No, thank you.
Ron, why don't you type into AI about killer clowns and which clowns, and before you get an answer, Becky's got a story on Canadian AI.
That's right. So most people who watch the show know that I hate AI. I don't think I mean, it's fine to automate your life a little bit more,
It's gonna
but
kill
to
us.
have it literally, they're gonna be dressed up like clowns, clown robots. But I don't think it's a great idea. But I see that in Alberta, where I live, that's my state slash province.
Your province, yes.
It's Alberta. And also hello, Mark, and hello, Chakra, who are both here today with us.
Hi guys.
Um, we're in Alberta, and it looks like there is going to be a huge AI tech park being built here. So Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary. So speaking of like Kevin or Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, Shark
Right.
Tank, Canadian guy O'Leary, billionaire. He is putting up, well, I'm sure investors are putting up $70 billion to create this AI data center industrial park in northwestern Alberta with a well known Canadian investor, as I said. The municipal district of Greenview, and I've never even heard of Greenview, and I tried to look it up on a map and I couldn't even find it. It says it's near Grand Prairie, which is like a very industrial town, big oil
Okay.
field, big trades town. It said that it announced that it signed a letter of intent with the Shark Tank investor and his venture company, so O'Leary Ventures, to purchase and develop thousands of acres of land within the Greenview Industrial Gateway just south of Grand Prairie. If the mega industrial park is built, it will be considered the largest of its kind in the world in humble Alberta here.
So what you're
Wonder,
saying is Terminator will start in Canada.
yes. in Alberta. Perfect. Wonder Valley, which is what it plans to be called, uh, is going to be rolled out in multiple phases, which would include building off-grid natural gas and geothermal power infrastructure to support the behemoth AI data center in its industrial park. I've also heard that it's going to go in Alberta because it's colder, and so it'll keep the
The
processing
servers.
center cold.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, interesting. Hey, so there was a AI video posted on the O'Leary website, and it says it just basically depicts this hyper futuristic building set in a valley where technology and nature come together in perfect harmony.
What? We've
I
seen
know.
the movies. Don't.
I
Why?
know.
Just
I
why?
know. I know. It also says, besides our cold weather here, our skilled labor force and our pro-business policies make it
Yeah.
a good location for this. So Alberta is considered like the Texas of Canada. You know,
Is that good?
cowboys, figuratively and actually, we have cowboys here. It's very industrial, big oil field province
So what you're
for sure.
saying is no taxes and a lot of guns.
We have the lowest taxes in Canada for sure. Everyone has guns, although I don't know why I haven't done a segment on this yet. Trudeau, our fearless leader, has um, banned a whole bunch more guns and plans to take them away from the people through a
Really?
buyback. He tried this before a few years ago, and they're still trying to get those guns back. And now those were like restricted kind of firearms, and now these are like some unrestricted and whatever. I should do
Oh,
a thing on this next week.
okay.
But anyway, so let's see. It's
Back to the
they've
EI.
and back to the AI. Says they've sourced what they believe to be the most compelling site in North America to generate and offer 7.5 gigawatts of low cost power to hyperscalers over the next 5 to 10 years. With the existing permits, proximity to stranded natural gas, pipeline infrastructure, water, and fiber optic networks just a few kilometers away, will be able to be in the ground and up and running sooner than any scale project of its kind. So interesting. So it says the first phase, including a 1.4 gigawatt of power project, is going to be around 2 billion with an annual expansion of 1 gigawatt increments. I'm just thinking of Back to the Future. 1.21
Exactly.
gigawatts. That's what you need to travel in time. 1.21. But I think it says gigawatts, not gigawatts. Is that the same thing? Maybe it is.
That's the
Anyway,
same thing. It's a Canadian accent thing. Don't worry.
yeah, that's right. Gigawatt, gigawatt. I don't know. The total investment, including infrastructure and ancillary structures, is expected to cost over $70 billion in its
Of course.
lifetime. Now, our premier, so that's like our governor, she says it's fantastic news for Alberta. Our efforts to attract investment, grow our technology and innovation sector, and leverage our natural and human resources are being noticed. I'm excited to watch this project unfold in the months and years to come. So, I mean, I like our leader. I think she's for the people. She's very down to earth. She's quite
Right.
conservative. If she thinks it's a good thing, then I will trust it just because I like her. We'll see if it lets us down. I like Kevin O'Leary mostly because he's kind of a dink and he's funny. I don't know anything about business, so we'll see how it goes. I definitely don't know anything about AI other than I hate it. So we'll see how it
That
goes.
is the funny thing is that okay, you have this huge Canadian AI data center
Mhm.
moving in, and obviously it's probably going to bring jobs
Yes, of
and
course.
it does something good, but we have no idea. We really
Mhm.
have no
We have
idea
no
what's
idea.
going on. We don't
No.
even know if it really is an AI data center. They could just be building a building,
Yes.
loading it with Haktua coins, going back to what we were talking about before.
Loading it with Chinese military. Yeah.
They're loading it with
Luckily,
Timu artillery.
that's right. Luckily for us, like I said, our premier, so our governor, she is for the people. So I would not believe her to fill us up with Chinese products and military. Now, granted, Alberta, where I live, does have a Chinese military base that Trudeau has given
Ooh,
to China. Why? I have no idea. Um, However, that's another story for another day.
Okay, I want to know if you could tell me, or at least take a guess. I want to hear at least a guess. What's the difference between AI and Canadian AI?
It's politer. I don't know.
There we go. So before it tells you the answer, it just goes, "Oh, I'm sorry you couldn't figure that out on your own."
I'm sorry that you're having troubles. Let me look into that for you. That's right.
Please go down to the local Timmy Ho's, get yourself a donut and a latte, and I'll have the answer for you when you
You
come
sound like
back.
you're from Wisconsin now. Do we sound like Wisconsiners?
I
Kind of,
always
eh?
go into like one of like that area, Minnesota and Wisconsin,
Minnesota.
and then I forget it's like Canadian's supposed to be Timmy Ho's. It's called Timmy Ho's. It's Tim Hortons.
Yep, Timmy Ho's.
See, we have to know these things, Ron, for
Yeah.
when we visit.
You know, like Puck Bunnies, we're Timmy Ho's. We need our Timmys every day.
We have so many of those. They're building them. I have now
That's awesome.
5
That's
within
amazing.
a 2-mile radius.
Wow. Yeah, we've got quite a few in my town alone. I think we have 3 or 4. And my town's like 30,000 people.
So it's a destination for a lot of people.
Yeah, everyone goes to Tim's. Everyone goes to Tim's every day. I mean, we have Starbucks, we have all kinds of coffee shops, whatever, but
Right.
Timmy's is pretty cheap. So
Everybody has to have their spot.
Yeah,
this is
that's
where
right.
I go. This is what I do.
My husband says their coffee's gross. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. If I do get it, it's like an iced coffee or a cappuccino or whatever. So it's not really a coffee. But he says their coffee's gross. So
Well, do you agree with Ron?
a cheap hoe. Gosh, I guess so. It's the cheapest of all the coffees. So
It's the cheapest of all the hoes.
of all the hoes.
Well, that may be the destination spot for a lot of people, but I know of another, and
Okay.
it's all across the world. How do you feel about Disney?
I want so bad to love it. As like the child who grew up watching Disney, it's nostalgic, it's
Yeah.
loving. As the conspiracy tinfoil hat wearing, I don't love it.
Really? What? Why not?
Oh, before you ever joined the show, I did a whole Disney segment on conspiracies. There's all kinds of stuff,
Oh,
human
yeah.
trafficking, sacrifice, exploitation, just, some of the themes that are now in Disney movies. It's just there's an agenda behind Disney and I don't care for it. An old Disney, a vintage Disney, a beautiful thing. Love it.
Well, some people love it a little too much.
Oh, I know.
You've heard of Disney adults, right?
Disney adults, yeah.
Yeah, we have to go there and we love it. We get
They
tattoos and
cry.
everything. Well, what if you wanted to be buried in the happiest place on earth?
Ew.
Ill? You don't want to
I
be
don't
like
know.
under the It's a Small World after all and be tortured
No,
for the rest
because
of your life?
kids go there. I don't know. We're not putting this on a burial ground.
No,
They're
there
like,
are
"Oh,
adults there.
all this weird stuff is happening at Disney. We don't know why." Oh, maybe because it's a burial ground.
Well, everything was a burial ground once, I guess.
I suppose, yeah.
But recently, at the Haunted Mansion ride in Walt Disney World Resort, that's in Florida,
Mhm.
had to be closed down and evacuated after a guest reportedly scattered his mother's human ashes throughout the ride.
And
The
people are
act
just
resulted
behind
in
him
a
on the ride like,
disruption. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be
"It's
like,
like it's dusty in here."
is that part of the ride? What's going
It's
on?
interactive. Gross.
Let's see. It was disruptive, and immediately that person was taken from the park. So, according to this, there was a worker there who had to write a report. It says, as I write this, the Haunted Mansion is down and being evacuated due to someone spreading human ashes on the ride. Aside from being selfish, your loved one's ashes are just going to be vacuumed up, put into a bucket with mouse droppings and other debris,
My
and
God.
thrown into the garbage. I can't think of a worse end to someone that I cared for. Plus, if we identify who did it, because there are cameras all about the ride.
Gonna get vacuumed up. That's aggressive. That is so ruthless.
There we go. You're probably going to be trespassed all from the Disney properties. Oh, I'm a Disney adult. I know where you're going with this. I don't want to be buried there, but if I had to choose a place to pass, Disney World and all of Italy would make the short list. I can understand that.
I wouldn't want to die at Disney where all those kids will be there to see it. I don't know. Like, let me just die in my home and then, like, okay, listen, if you're gonna sprinkle my ashes somewhere Disney, somewhere I loved, do it in secret. Don't do it on the ride while people are there with cameras. Just like scatter it into like a garden somewhere where no one's paying attention.
Well, I'm glad Ron said, is this a current story? Yes, because this is the
No, Martin knows that.
latest. It
Yeah.
has happened before. For decades, people have tried to do this, including my favorite story. At one point, somebody walked in with a handful of ashes and did the fake sneeze so no one would chew. Oh, sorry. Chew. Oh, sorry. Chew. Go on a roller coaster and just,
Yeah.
Why don't you
That's a
wait until
good
July 4th when
Yeah.
everybody's throwing things in the
Everyone's
air?
looking
New
up.
Year's.
You're not looking
Happy
down.
New Year.
You're
Grandma's
right.
in your face.
You're right. That's a good question, though, Martin. I wondered if this was a current story, if this was old.
This was just the most recent. Let's see. Most recently, though, let's see. Do you know who? Everybody knows who Whoopi Goldberg is, right?
Yes.
She revealed that she spread her mother's ashes on a Disneyland ride. Ariana Grande said her mother has asked to be dusted over Walt Disney World when she passes, and she said she would do it. Disney spokesman, of course, says, no, you're not allowed to do this. So the happiest place on earth, I can't rest there for all eternity?
I guess not. I'm guessing it's considered like biological hazard having the ashes of a dead body sprinkled, even though it's just ash at this point.
My
I
God.
don't know.
So, okay,
It's
I
so weird.
don't know what your way. Do you want to be cremated or buried or?
Think so. I think so. A big
I
old
think I do
casket
too.
where I'm inside of it, that sounds terrible. I mean, I'm dead, so really I don't know, but I like a cremation just seems like a whole heck of a lot cumbersome.
It just seems easier to me. And my daughter says, and I'm going to have your urn. And I said, great. So she could still talk to me instead of, I don't know, going to a cemetery. But
See what Chakra wrote here? Do it out the pant leg, like in Shawshank. That's good. That's a good one. Just trickle
Ron
it down.
says my niece spread some of my father's ashes at Graceland.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I mean, it's a field, walking up to the house. So I mean, it would have been easy enough. It's not like she dumped him inside, in the jungle room or whatever. But
I
she
need to
probably
see the
just did it in the grass
bathroom.
outside. Yeah. What does Martin say? I don't wish to die in a theme park, but if I pass at the yacht club, boardwalk, or Animal Kingdom lodge resorts, I would be content. Yeah, like in your hotel room or something.
There is a theory that Disney does not let anybody die on
I've
their
heard that.
property.
I've heard that. So what, they
They'll
just moved
drag
the
you
dead
off.
body?
So
So
where
weird.
would you want your at? Where is the happiest place on earth for you to have your
To
ashes
rest? I
spread?
don't know. I've actually never thought of this. Maybe like some sort of beach, just like put me in the sand where it's like no one's gonna notice it,
That's probably illegal too, but eventually nobody would notice. I mean, it
Listen,
just
everything
mixes.
flies in Mexico, okay?
Oh, how about? Would you like it to be someplace where you always wanted to go but never got there?
Maybe, but what if I didn't like it? What if I finally got
I
there and
don't
I'm
think
like,
you're
"You
going to
know what?"
complain about it.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's like I don't I don't really have these wishes for after I die. Like, do what's convenient and most economical for my husband or my parents or whoever, my kids, whoever has to do it, you know?
My daughter says she's going to get some of my ashes mixed in with tattoo ink, and she's going to
Cool.
tattoo. We have a secret word between each other that makes us laugh, and she's going to get that tattooed on her arm. But she won't do the one thing that I asked her to do for me. She's ignoring my last request.
And which is what?
I just want her to take some of my ashes and walk up to her mother, my ex-wife, and just go, "Hey, Dad says hi."
Oh my gosh, that is twisted.
I don't
Wow.
understand. It seems like a perfectly reasonable request to me.
Totally. As you blind your ex-wife with your body.
Yes!
Perfect.
It's the only time I'm going to get the final word.
Wow.
Ron says the Grand Canyon, Mount Washington, or Boston Garden. Ooh.
I've never been to any of these places, but they all sound pretty great.
I've been to the Grand Canyon, been to the Boston Garden. I would love for, I think we said this before, to have my ashes, some of them at Citi Field. I am a huge Mets fan.
Oh,
And
right.
if you
Yeah.
could get it on the field, mix it with the dirt, that would be awesome. But
How would
yeah,
you get it there, though?
But people love Disney, and I don't understand. I think they should build like a little, I don't know, moat or something where people can go and go, okay, grandma's going to be here forever. You know,
They're like, this
you
is
can
the
bring out
dead
Oompa
body dumping
Loompas
ground.
singing.
I don't know. They want it to be the happiest place on earth. If they don't even let people die there.
Right. They're more, well, I don't know. Can you be mourning and happy at the same time?
I think so. Like a celebration of life, kind of.
For some reason, I'm trying to like marry a song of hi ho, it's off to spread the ashes we go. I mean, wouldn't you like it? Wait, wouldn't that be the ultimate? You come out and your favorite characters get to come out and they each get a little sprinkle of ashes and they get to do it.
No, because it's some creepy dude inside that.
Hey, we had a
Someone
creepy
special
clown
to me.
before.
Yeah, exactly. They might as well just be a clown. No, thank you.
Well, Ron, you're really writing a lot today.
Yeah, and Martin, and Chakra, and I think Mark too. Like a lot of people are writing, and I'm happy about it. And I will say, Chakra, I didn't respond to this earlier. You said that you like the old Howie Mandel stuff,
Oh,
like Bobby's World. Did you ever watch Bobby's World? Great show,
Bobby's World, yes.
Canadian classic. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to go back
That's
to that
okay. I
for a
used to
split
love when
second.
he'd take the glove and just blow it up just by breathing with his nose. It was like,
I
it
actually
was
can't
funny stuff.
stand Howie Mandel, but yeah, he's like a Canadian legend.
He's a legend, is he?
I don't know. We have very few, so
There
we'll
we
take what we
go.
can get.
Well, I don't know when his birthday is, but I can tell you that Becky knows something about December birthdays.
I do because my birthday is on Friday and I wasn't going to, I don't have another show for the rest of the week. So I thought, let's talk December birthdays right now.
Happy
So
birthday, Becky!
thank
Yay!
you. I used to hate getting older. Now I love it, after having stage 3 cancer. Like I'm happy to have another birthday. I'm happy to get
Yes.
older. So I'm thankful for that. Anyway, birthdays here. Do you know that late December birthdays are rare? In fact, Christmas birthdays, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day are the rarest dates to have a birthday on
Really?
for whatever reason. So what would be, 9 months prior to that? So March,
March.
nobody is getting it on in March. So
It's my birthday. I usually do, but hey.
wow. It says that people born in December are less moody as adults. And it says, according to research, people with December birthdays are less irritable as adults than those born in other months. A Hungarian study found that those born in the winter months, like December, were least likely to suffer from mood swings. Well, the weather might be chilly outside when your baby is born. Expect to get a lot of warmth from these guys as they get older. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not. Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. Judging by you, you're very easygoing from
I
what
am.
I.
Yeah,
But my
that's
sister,
true.
who was born on the 17th, is the most on edge person I've ever met in my life. And so easygoing, no.
Yeah.
You're getting a shout out, a happy birthday. It's also
Thank
Santa
you.
Lucia Day for
Santa
St.
Lucia Day.
Lucy, which is the feast of St. Lucy.
Okay,
So
perfect.
go out for your birthday and have a
And
feast.
feast. That's right. It also says that people born in December are early risers. It says a study of human circadian rhythms found that those born in the winter months, including December, were more likely to be morning people, which means at least you'll be facing a smiling person because we're easygoing when we're up bright and early in the morning. That is not the case for me. I hate the mornings. I'm bad at mornings. This is a bold-faced lie.
See, this is what I love. When I'm like, okay, here is your horoscope. This is what your sign tells you, and you just read
Well,
it and go, no,
that's
no,
just it. It was talking
no.
about you're a bold explorer because you're a Sagittarius, whatever. It says like I'm not good with commitment or whatever.
Yep,
It is what it is. I don't think the moon and the sun tell me if I like to get up early or well, maybe the sun likes to tell me if I get up early. That's fair, but like it doesn't dictate my entire personality, in my
exactly.
opinion. So anyway, I wanted to go through just famous December birthdays. We always like to play a game, who you think is the most famous of all the birthdays. Now, I'm not doing just for one day. I'm doing for the whole month of December, so it is a little
Oh,
broader. But there
let's
are a
go.
ton. There are a ton of celebrities born in December. So Sarah Silverman, the actress, Woody Allen, Britney Spears. Let's see who else we got here. Jay-Z. Nobody cares about you, Jay-Z. Uh,
I'm sure there are a few right
Not
now
now,
lawyers
not
who are
after,
interested in
not now.
him.
Walt Disney was born in December, died in 1966.
No,
L
he's still frozen.
Well, he's still on ice, but technically. Larry Bird, basketballer, Nicki Minaj, Jim Morrison of The Doors, who
Ooh,
was only looks like 27 at the time when he died. Dame Judi Dench, 89 years old, wow. And if
wow.
this is even current, 89 years old. Michael Clark Duncan, who passed away in 2012, great
Hmm.
actor.
Yep.
Raven Simone, actress. John Kerry, he's 80. Wow, I'm actually shocked by that too. Frank Sinatra was born in December,
Oh,
died in 1998, 1915 to 1998. I didn't know he was that old. I share a birthday with Taylor Swift and Jamie Foxx and Steve
ooh.
Buscemi. So those are big ones, I guess. Andrew Tate, Vanessa Hudgens, Nero, Emperor of Rome from 37 AD to 68 AD, was a December baby. Interesting. Beethoven was a December baby. Pope Francis, also Mila Jovovich, Billie Eilish, Joseph Stalin. See, it's like kind of a random list here. Brad Pitt, Steven Spielberg, Jake Gyllenhaal,
Hmm.
Jonah Hill, Samuel L. Jackson, Jane Fonda. So the list goes on and on and on. Let's see if there's any Christmas Day birthdays here. Humphrey Bogart was born on Christmas Day.
Nice.
Yeah. So Phil Spector, Mao Zedong, and let's just pick one more for the road here. Denzel Washington.
Oh, that's a good one.
So there's a lot of famous birthdays. Let's go to today. What is today? I don't even know
Today's
what
the
date is
10th.
it. Today's the 10th. Okay, let's see who was born today. I have already gone on it. But yeah, Michael Clark Duncan, Raven Simone, uh, Adalia Rose, I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Flynn Timothy Stockland, I don't know who that is. Emily Dickinson, American poet, was born today. Who else? Emmanuel, I don't know even how to say it. Tricky. I recognize her as an
Oh,
actress,
Emmanuel.
but
She's from Entourage.
yes, that's right.
Love
She
her.
is Canadian actress
Yes.
today. Joe Burrow, he's a football player.
Yes.
Kenneth Branagh, he's an actor. Who else here? Gonzalo, I can't even say that either. He is a footballer, well,
Of
soccer.
course.
Ada Lovelace was an English mathematician in the
Okay.
1800s. Chef Bobby Flay's birthday is today. Meg White of the Stripes is today,
White
or White
stripes.
Stripes, sorry. Greg Giraldo, he was a comedian. He died in 2010, but
Yeah.
his was also today. And let's see, we'll just pick one more here. There's a lot of like YouTube people, TikTok people. I'm not
Uh,
including any of those people. That's not real fame. Let's see, let's see, let's see. No, there's no one else really even worth talking about here. So yeah, that's the list. A lot of us December babies. Apparently, we're all early morning risers and always in really good moods.
Well, according to Ron, you asked who the most famous is, and he said
Mm-hmm.
Larry Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the most iconic and the most famous of right
Mm-hmm.
now, I think Frank Sinatra is the most
Mm.
iconic.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas if you would ask somebody who's even in their 20s, if you know the name Frank Sinatra, there's a chance that they heard it in a rap or have heard something
Right.
about him.
That's right.
I'm disagreeing. He's saying Denzel Washington is number 2. I'm actually torn between Taylor Swift and Britney Spears for number 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Who are you thinking?
Like Walt Disney was pretty iconic as well.
Everybody would know Disney, right?
Everybody would know Disney. Denzel, I mean, is definitely up there. Samuel L. Jackson is definitely up there. Probably just Taylor Swift, just based on how ridiculous the world is right now. And because her and I share a birthday.
Oh, and she just finished her world tour yesterday,
Good.
I think,
Hopefully
or
we
the
don't see
day
her for
before.
like 100 years.
Hey, made a lot of money. Even if this is going to take us completely off topic, but even if you don't like her music,
Mhm.
even if you don't know it, because I don't know anything about her,
Right.
other than she's a singer and
Yes.
she's dating Travis Kelce from the Chiefs, there was an article that just put out that she took $187 million and spread it among all the people who worked on our tour. Everybody got a big bonus. So I'm like, well,
I hope that's true.
no one has said anything mean about her. I'm beginning
Listen,
to
if you have
wonder.
$1 billion, you better be spreading $100 million around.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? These people have given up their lives for 2 years to do this tour. So yeah, why not? You better
Oh my
be.
God. Well, it is their job. I mean, I would give up my life for 2 years to go on a
For
tour
sure.
somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't have $187 million to give out, I'm pretty sure. Ron, is there any money in the coffers for that? Maybe we all get Christmas bonuses?
Listen, we have
No?
sold a lot of mugs on Patreon.
Now he's quiet. Okay. Yeah, hit up that Patreon, buy some stuff so we can get paid. But if you need money for the holidays,
Mhm.
I found 2 jobs here that, well, they're not in the norm, but they're kind of easy to do. So let's see if you want one of these jobs. First of all, your kids are they're teenagers now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Did you ever do or know about the Elf on a Shelf?
Mhm.
Did you do it?
Well, like not really, because again, my kids didn't ever believe in Santa Claus. So
You're right, Martin, by the way. I agree with you.
yes, you're right.
Well, there have been over 28 million elf pets. And now, not only do you get the elf, you have to buy the elf mate because the elf
Oh,
is
that made.
lonely.
Oh, okay.
28 million have been sold so far. And if you don't know what this is, it's for little kids, and you get this little elf, and he comes with a name, and he's your elf, and it's for your kids, and they're supposed to report back to Santa whether you've
Right.
been naughty or nice.
Right.
Isn't that great? That's like, hey, let's put a little camera on you, so just to make sure.
Right.
But you're supposed to move the elf to make it seem like he's
Right.
alive.
He's up to some mischief, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's got to be a pain in the ass to be at the end of a long day and go, now I got to freaking find a place to move the elf.
Oh yeah.
And it has to be when the kid's going to see the elf too.
Mhm.
So you can't just shove him in a drawer, close the drawer, and go, hey, he's asleep. But he tied one on last night. He's sleeping in. I mean, that's not going to happen. But no worries now, because now you can hire someone to create the elf stories for your kids. The elf assistant, the ultimate elf super set you can hire. And for that, an assistant will come over to your house at a designated time
Oh my lord.
and
No.
will move the elf and create stories using ready-made backdrops and props. So your elf can surprise your kids each morning. My favorite example is the other day, our elf, Snowflake,
Poor
brought the kids
Snowflake.
Dunkin' Donuts before school. We
Ooh.
set up a little donut shop for Snowflake, and we set out the donuts for the kids.
That's cute.
Some overachieving parents even go a little farther and
Mhm.
they give presents. The elf will give you like gift cards to a coffee shop or Sephora or something that they like.
Sephora, if you are old enough to be getting a Sephora gift card, you are not you're too old for Elf on the Shelf.
Well, again, I mean, I never had to go through this because my kid was older when it came
Yeah.
out. But I probably would have done it, but I could see myself coming home after a long day. You cook
Mhm.
dinner, you help with the homework, make sure bath time, brush teeth. Same thing when they're little, you got to do everything, and then go. Now I got to freaking think of a place to put an elf. Come on.
Mhm. Yeah, we did have one. My mom gave it to us when my girls were older, and of course they like never believed, but it would be fun to do it for like one Christmas. And they
Yeah.
thought it was
Well,
pretty cute, but I would always forget and they'd wake up, they'd be like, "Mom, the elf didn't do anything." And I'm like, "Dang it." I'm like,
he's
"Sorry." And
hungover.
I'm like, "Go look over there." And I would like quickly do it.
Martin tells us surely this is a sign of the apocalypse, and maybe he's right.
People can like, Martin, you and I talked about this, that the jobs of today, they're not what they once were. People are working smarter, not harder. If you're gonna get paid to spend 30 days of the year for 10 minutes at somebody's house,
Mm-hmm.
setting up Elfie, whatever its name is, go
Snowflake in
for
this
it.
case.
You know what my daughter named ours?
What?
Bob Dickinson.
Boba Dickens?
Bob Dickinson. It was like Bob, but with an accent. Bob Dickinson.
You put a Canadian accent on the bulb. Okay.
Bob Dickinson. Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't want to wake up so early or go over to somebody's house
Right.
to do that. So I've got an alternative for you.
Okay.
Now, if you're a single man and you're going home for the holidays, what are all the relatives going to ask you? Oh, you don't
You
have
have a
that
girlfriend?
special
Are you getting
girlfriend?
married anytime soon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you could steer the conversation to another topic. I mean, that could happen.
Mhm.
Or maybe
I know where
you
this
should
is going.
hire
Yes.
an OnlyFans star to come to
No.
your rescue.
Listen, OnlyFans is unrealistic. If your dude is single and cares enough, because I'm thinking like the guys who are single, who choose to be single, don't care. They want to be single. They are probably players. This is the life they want. The guys who care enough to bring someone are
Mm-hmm.
probably not getting OnlyFans type women or men.
Well, if you pay them, you will.
I know, but like the parents gonna be like, "Oh, wow, my son is with this beautiful model."
Wait, hold on. The first woman to do this is Jacinia Rebecca. She's 29, and she's willing to pose as your girlfriend, and she offers 3 different packages,
Oh gosh.
not including your package. I'm not.
Yeah,
Nope, we're
that's
keeping
more
it
where it's
above board.
going.
Okay, for the silver package, uh, you get Jacinia for 2 hours. She gets to eat dinner, and she just smiles at the family. Yes, typical. Oh, just kind of shy. Thank you for the meal, and then you
Right.
leave, and that will cost you $250.
Right.
Now, for the gold package, she'll stay for 3 hours. She
Hmm.
will tell your parents a cute story about how you met, and then she will get dinner and leave, and
So,
that will
like,
cost you $450.
okay, let's say you paid for the silver package, but then
Okay.
the parents say, "Hey, how did you guys meet?" And she says it. Do you now owe her an extra $200?
Well, I guess you have to talk quickly and then just go, right, honey?
Martin has a good point. Let's say Uncle Stan is an OnlyFans devotee. Yes, you're right. And I just looked up Jacinia Rebecca. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's busty. She's bountiful. So if
Yep.
your mom's like, like I don't know. I'm just thinking like we're discussing it and it's my girlfriend, and then they never hear about her or see her ever again. They thought you just dated her for a week. If you're only dating somebody for a short time, why did you even bring her to Christmas in the first place?
And what happens if you then hire her for like Valentine's Day? You hire her
Yeah,
for
right.
all the holidays where you have to go home, and then people are going to
Yeah,
go, "It's been 2 years. Aren't you going to propose?" No.
exactly. Just take all that money you're spending, take some girls out on dates. Maybe you'll find a nice one in the meantime. I don't know.
Or you could just pay somebody else. I'm going to pay a friend. Or wait, hold on.
Yeah. Oh,
Here's the
single. Who
platinum
cares?
package. If you have
Oh gosh.
$600, she will pose as your loving girlfriend for 6 hours. She will say, "I love you"
Oh
to
wow.
you in front of your family and plant a kiss on your cheek. And she will even pitch in to wash dishes after the meal, making sure
Oh,
she
she'll even
appears
pitch in.
every inch the devoted girlfriend. Aww.
And so then when they are no longer together and the parents give them crap because, "Oh, you loved that girl."
Mm-hmm.
This is
And
silly. I mean, I'm close with my parents, so I just feel like I couldn't even get past with this, but I suppose if you live in a different part of the country and you don't go home very often, I don't know. It's a cool job for her, very lucrative.
oh yeah,
However, for the real world, yeah,
I'm sure
there's
there
gotta
is
be
a
a cheaper
cheaper
cheaper option,
option.
yeah. There
Yes, but
has
have
to
you
be.
seen her run?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that is a wild job, I think. Good for her. I mean, she's an entrepreneur. She's a boss babe. Go for it.
You know
Silly.
what? Like you said, you don't have to work a normal 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah, seriously. She doesn't have to get her car started in the cold. She's just hanging out with her buddy who picked her up, her boyfriend, her man who picked her up, took her to the holiday. She has a nice meal, and then she goes home with $600. It's
Ugh.
perfect.
And all you have to do is get it. By the way, kiss on a cheek, $600. I mean, I'm not asking for everything. I'm gonna pay her in Hop Tua coins, by the way, if I get this package.
I'm just
But
thinking for $600, you could hire an escort who would probably do a heck of a lot more.
exactly, you can go get yourself a. But is she gonna say "I
Oh.
love you" in front of your family?
Yeah, right. I just it's weird, but I mean, good for them, I guess.
Well, hey, if you want to fool the ones you love, you can do that.
Right.
But I want you to know that we appreciate everyone out there. And again,
Yes.
go to all of our social media pages.
Mhm.
We want you to contribute. I saw, thank you very much, Martin. Thank you. There were other people who are contributing
Yeah,
today.
Mark, Chakra, and of course, Ronnie. A
So
lot of
thank you
comments
very
today, which
much.
I love. Yeah.
Remember to come back on Wednesday. We're going to have Martin and Ron on. And
Oh,
remember,
nice.
when you need some fun, join us because we got it going on daily. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, Martin. Bye, Mark. Bye, Chakra. Bye, Ron.
Bye, all.